Rates. Everybody, so the hot topic in my world, residential is interest rates, right? Rates are going up. I've been saying the same thing. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, you're losing some buying power, but if you look and see what it's doing now, it's allowing buyers opportunity to purchase now where they couldn't 6 months ago. So my question is, commercial runs slower. Like you were telling me, like an initial approval to structuring a business loan, and this all makes sense to me, runs a hell of a lot slower than what I do. So how does that work in your guys' world with interest rates? So like if I'm looking at an interest rate of 6.25, how does commercial work with interest rates? Like what's it based on?
We base most of our rates on the 5-year treasury.
Okay.
So treasury right now hovers kind of around 3%.
Yeah.
Depending on the credit of the applicant and the business income of the applicant, we're looking anywhere between maybe 275 over the current 5-year treasury up to 4% over the 5-year treasury.
So anywhere from 8-9%, give or take, right? Because you're adding those together.
So the prime rate, or so treasury plus 275 is like maybe 585.
Yeah.
Up to probably 6%.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, 7%.
7. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're higher. But that would make sense. It's a commercial loan. And I would imagine, you and I were talking about this, off the podcast, which was when you've got somebody who's doing a business loan, they're not really focused like a residential loan is on interest rate. It's more like, what's my cash flow? Can I afford it? That's really what it comes down to.
I think that's true. And I think obviously rates do matter. They do come into play when it comes to underwriting. However, I feel with small businesses, if they can cash flow, if their income cash flows to the proposed loan payments, it makes sense because the higher interest rate may be just temporary. They can always refinance it a few years down the road. What is the opportunity cost of not buying the building today versus, waiting 5 years? How much will the, market appreciate by then?
Yeah.
You're losing out on the big picture, I think, if you're only focusing on rate. Rate's important, but the mechanics of it, owning the building for your business, making sure you capture the equity when you can is important. And a lot of companies are kind of flush with cash right now that I see. I feel like especially the small business and medium-sized businesses that I work with, they've seen hard times during the pandemic. They had support from SBA through EIDL loans, through PPP loan programs, and now they're coming out of the pandemic. 2021 looks good for most companies that I have talked to. 2022 is looking to be better. We know they were